Hi, this is Leah Myers of Myers Design Studio, and today I'm going to put on a t-shirt, the word spooky on it, because I didn't have a Halloween shirt and I wanted to make a hat. I couldn't find one that I liked or in my size, so I've got a t-shirt that I owned already and I'm going to convert it to a Halloween t-shirt, and I've positioned it onto my little foam mat that my XTool press came with. And I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to do the process of weeding out the design, which I've already blade cut with my machine. And I'm going to take it off of the light grip mat. And I was careful to do shiny side down. And I'm going to take it off of here, this mat. And I'm going to see where, it's kind of hard to tell where my design is. But I'm going to cut out, use my, here we are, I can see it better. Hopefully this came out the way I wanted it to. So I've got a choice. What I want is the background off of the word spooky. What I should have done is designed a little thing to go around the outline of this, but I didn't. And that's my heat press ready. It's ready. So I'm just going to scissor cut. I'm going to use my bigger scissors. Scissor cut this cut free. And I want the orange pieces, because this is an orange piece of vinyl with the word spooky. Actually, I can see it better on this side. So I'm going to cut part of it off so I don't have to deal with the whole sheet at the time. And I want the word spooky in orange. So I want the background to come free. And hopefully that does. And this is their weeding tool. I'm going to make it a little smaller even, and I can see it better this side. Shiny side down. So the shiny side is the clear tape. Oops, that's kind of dull. Is the clear heat transfer tape, right? And what you cut is not the clear tape. You're cutting the thin vinyl on the back here. And that's the goal. I wonder if I could just peel this off. My trick of bending it and scraping it with my finger isn't quite working. Here we go. Yeah, this weeding tool, it can grab. I just want the vinyl, the background, because I'm not weeding the individual letters away, because I want the letters. So here we go. Let's see if this may not work. Boy, this is kind of tough. Vinyl. So hopefully the design stays. So where's the design at? Right there. Okay. Hopefully the design stays. Ooh, okay. Onto the background. So all I have to weed out is the inner parts and not the outer. And yeah, looks like that's gonna work. Way back when I used to have a Cricut. I used it for years. And I had a few different machines. I had a Pazzles machine that cut vinyl. And this is working. I just don't want to go very fast. So I want the word spooky to stay. Okay. I'll have a little bit of weeding to do. Cricut, a Pazzles machine. I never got a Gemini, or is that a, whatever the other cutter machine is called. I've only had the Pazzles, which was nice. I used to do product design with that machine. Product packaging design with. So let's talk about the heat press while I'm doing this a little bit. I noticed that with different fabrics, you'll have different settings, like for cotton, polyester, and I have these little. So you got to look online to see what heat settings works best for your fabric to adhere vinyl. And I'm pretty impressed by the heat press. It's really pretty neat. I like the handle. I may start using it for quilt blocks. Oh, some of these little web pieces. The graphic I used for the web was actually in their creative space, in the shapes. I tried to do the AI, like do a pumpkin or a witch with their AI tool, but I couldn't get the graphics to convert to the drawing that I needed, like the format. So it's probably just I didn't have patience and said, oh, well, I need to get this done. And I needed a t-shirt. I saw t-shirts available, but they're either way too small or way too big. So, all right. And I'm just going to speed this up for you to watch me weed or skip to the next step. Okay. So I've weeded it as much as I'm going to. And I'm going, okay, let me get all the vinyl pieces out of the way. They are super staticky. And I don't want any vinyl pieces on that either. The little web part was really challenging. And I have a little bit left to weed out, but they're so itty bitty. The pieces are so tiny that I'm gonna leave the centers in there. I'm not gonna mess with it. Nope. Now I have a vinyl piece, or I have a pressing cloth somewhere. Let me look for it. And I have my shirt on this foam piece right here. Okay. On this foam piece. I'm going to straighten it out a little bit. And I've already pre-pressed where I want it to go. And this is a V-neck shape. Let me move it up a little bit. And I know it's black on black. Hopefully you can see it in the camera right there. And I'm going to center the two O's, because the two O's are right in the middle. Should be right in the middle. So let me see. There's the middle. Scoot it over a little bit. The two O's should be right in the middle. And I know, this is a quilting roller. This is really weird. And I'm also going to see the alignment. Let's move it up a little bit. If it's going to be straight. And the level of the letters looks good to me. The level. And so it's nice. It's nice and centered now. And I'm going to gently put it over here to my pressing mat without moving anything. And for cotton, the instructions said to do 320, let's see, 330 for 35 seconds. Center it really well. I'm going to use my little canvas strap to hold it, although I should have a smaller piece of pressing fabric. Can't, maybe it's in my, I bet you it's in here. Canvas is a little thick, so I should have my pressing fabric right here. But, you know, when you want something, you can't find it. And I'm in a hurry to make this video, so let's just do. So what I'm using to control the temperature is this little device. It's a wireless controller, and right now it's at 311. It heats up really, really quick, and I need 35 seconds. 35 seconds. And let's see, 330. Needs to be 330. So it's at 320 now. So it heats up super fast. And it went back to 30 seconds, so I don't want that. I want 35 seconds. So every time I turn that, it goes back to 30 seconds. You have 4 different temperature settings. It has like an A, B, C, and D. So if you're doing multiple different types of fabrics, which I absolutely don't know when that would ever be the case. So I have Spooky right here on here. This is centered on my V-neck shirt. And I centered it by doing this. I just went between the two O's. I'm using a quilting roller. You don't have to. There's my V of my shirt. The two O's are the exact center of this graphic. And then I'm looking at the bottom of the letters, and they're pretty straight. So yeah, pretty straight. So everything's perfect right here. Just going to use a little pressing cloth here. It's just a scrap piece of canvas. I just want a layer between the letters and everything. And I've got my temperature all ready to go. It's at 320. It's at 320. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it's 320 for 30 seconds. I want to do 35 seconds. So I'll dial that up a little bit. So I'm going to swing my pressing thing over. Make sure that my t-shirt and everything and my graphics underneath. And now I'm going to press the button. So I'll count down. It's pretty neat. I've never ever used this before. I hope it works out. So I have a Halloween shirt. Yeah. Okay, and it beeps and it says it's ready. It's ready. It's all steamy. Yeah, I just use this little canvas to just to have a barrier. Everyone else uses parchment paper and or Teflon, as long as I have some sort of, and they say to let it rest for about a minute. At least that's what I've seen so far on all the resources I found. And all I wanted was just this simple word spooky on the t-shirt. So just something simple, nothing like, you know, big, huge, but just something I can wear this Halloween, because I didn't have a Halloween shirt. So let's see, will this stay? Holy moly. Well, kinda. Let's hit it one more time. People do that a lot. They'll iron it one more time. Some of my web wants to come up, so I want it to stay forever. Because the advantage of having a pressing, you know, something that presses hard onto a graphic like this, the vinyl will not come back up. Sometimes if you do those at-home vinyl kits, let's do it one more time, because some of my web wants to move. So I'm just going to do it one more time. A lot of it was stuck, but some of it didn't want to stay. So let's do it twice for 30 seconds. See if that works. I'm learning along with you because I have not done this before. I've used my laser cutter for lasering, like mugs and stuff. Okay, there's the beep. Says it's ready. Swing it over. And maybe letting it cool a little bit longer. But I didn't take it off the pressing mat yet, just in case. And that's a real beefy weeding tool. It's a lot fatter, and it seemed to work really well. Ooh, got lint all over me. All right, now let's see. Put it in my overhead camera here. Make sure. I'll put my glasses on just to see. And looks like I got a little bit of lint right there in the middle. I'll just cut that off. I'm going to carefully. And I believe that this is hot peel because it's a clear. It's a clear plastic, and I'm going to go this way. Maybe So I did it twice, and it was pretty. And this is looking pretty good so far. Oops. Oh yeah, the orange looks really good. Oh my gosh, it turned out awesome. It's my first time. Oh, so nice. Woo, I need to take a picture of that. But isn't that cute? Just decided not to screw it up. That's really cute. And I've got spooky for Halloween. Nice. It's very, very nice. I'm going to wear that tonight. And yes, you've guessed it, it is Halloween, so sorry. But this is the first time I've used my XTool vinyl cutter. I use the fine blade. There's a lot of tutorials out there. They use a fine blade on there. That's the very first carriage, not the second one on your XTool. Those are just kind of the tips. Shiny side down, meaning that this is the, put your shiny side down. This is the plastic that carries the design onto the t-shirt. And this is the thin layer of vinyl that you're going to iron on your t-shirt. And if you're doing it this way, you have to reverse the pattern, reflect, so you have spooky and you have to reverse it and flip it so that when you turn it over and put it on a t-shirt, it's the right side. If you don't do that, you'll know it because they'll be backwards. So you want to make this design backwards before you put it on there. Super cute. Pretty much those are the tips. Those are the things. And it was, I had to go through many hours of things to find out what are the basic things do I need to know. And you use the Creative Studio, XTool's Creative Studio, or Creative Space, however they call it. And I've used my heat press for the first time right here with you guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed this. It's not quite a tutorial, it's sort of a tutorial on how to use the XTool's vinyl cutting system. And I appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.